how's it going, everybody? Good morning. Sarasota Tim coming to you from Boynton Beach, Florida. Just heading out from the home base, and I'm going to go over to the gym. I put my eye drops in. My eyes feel blurry. Wow, that's a nice boat there I'm looking at. You can't hide money around here. I got a good one for you today. I wanted to talk about a few things, and I wanted to touch on minimalism, the comments, Social Security, retiring at 62 versus full retirement age, Walmart. Just kidding. Let's start with the comments. First of all, I always want to mention the comments. Oh, wait a minute. Timestamp 9:46 a.m. It's Friday. I work tomorrow. Tammy worked today. She just left. And it's going to be a hot one. Another summer day. And I wanted to say, oh, my eyes are, if you don't mind, I have to right now. They're just so sensitive. I have glaucoma, if you're new to my channel. And just sometimes it just feels like I can't even see out of them. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, I ask you kindly if you would consider it. I bring different types of content to the channel. There's about 3 different contents. No, just kidding. I talk about anything. Now, you would read some of the comments and you wouldn't think that, but I do. But if you are new, welcome. If you've been with me for a while, you guys are awesome. The comments are fantastic. And keep commenting. I read them all. And I'm trying to answer some in the video. And this is what I was supposed to say in the beginning of the video. Would you give my video a thumbs up? Would you mind doing that? Anyway, the thumbs up, I guess, really helps this word called algorithm and getting other people to see the video. Do I want the channel to grow? Heck yeah. Has it grown? Amazingly. I don't know how and why, but you seem to enjoy it, and I really get a kick out of it. And you guys have inspired me because I have a lot of things up here. Some of you have said in the comments, I don't know what I'm talking about. And that's fine. I don't think you know what you're talking about either. But 2 wrongs don't make a right. But if you would consider thumbs up, subscribe. All right, let's move on. So the first thing I wanted to talk about in the comments was everyone is so kind. And the ones that aren't, they're not unkind. They're just of their opinion. And guess what? I respect it. And most of the ones that have a difference of an opinion, when we're talking about collecting Social Security at 62 versus waiting 5 more years, when I was younger, and I think most people thought this way, is the mindset was when you heard about getting it, and then you heard about this reduced or lesser amount, oh no, you never want to do that. Oh no. Everybody always wants more. So it was kind of a brainwashing, if you will, kind of a general way of thinking of things, as we do so many other things in life that we've been wrong about, or for the most part, it is wrong. We were led to believe because that was the narrative, that was the speak. And so some people are very close-minded. Some people just don't want to hear anything but what they've put here. And this is with not just older people, but with younger people, because they carry that through their life. And that's a bad thing to have, because what I've learned in life, and I've been guilty of it too, dogmatic about certain things, like you're not going to convince me there's no God. Some people, you're not going to convince them that they need to wait, that they should collect Social Security at 62 years old. I get it. I get it. Because you are how you think. But if you would just think about this. At 62 years old, you're not young. You are getting up there. And if you look at the obituaries or on your phone, if you've got, I turn it off on my phone. I don't get all those garbage stories. It's just like the media. You can turn that off on your phone, you know, where you don't get trending stories. But I don't. I say stay away from all garbage. Don't put it in your head. But anyway, the point is, people are dying, and they're dying early. I don't mean by car wrecks. I'm talking all of a sudden, and you know, I'll Google actors as I watch a lot of movies, and I'll go in that IMDb, International Movie Database, and I'll want to know about that actor and all their filmology, you know, when they died, if they're still alive, and it'll say why. And the majority of them died in their 60s. Some very wonderful actors from the day. And very few do you see live till like 80. I mean, people die early. And if you think about it, folks, look at the food that we buy. Look how it's made. I get people telling me all the time, because I mentioned I'm on a diet, and they say, well, don't eat that, or don't use that sweetener, and don't drink Diet Cokes and this and that. I think that probably everything that you buy has got poison in it. And did you know this interesting statistic? You can Google it yourself. Did you know what the third leading cause of death is? Second to cancer and heart attack? Going to the doctor. So as we get older and people go to the doctor, these doctors are usurping so much insurance money, and they're just throwing pills at people that the big farm tells them to give out, and they're misdiagnosing, they're giving wrong medications, wrong surgeries, they're guessing, well, try this, try that. I'm not kidding you. From the John Hopkins, if you Google, I've Googled it 1,000 times. I've told people this for years. Third leading cause of death is going to a doctor. Folks, they don't all know what they're talking about. They don't even want to spend more than 7 minutes with you, according to the latest survey. Insurance companies just want them to wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Here, take this pill. Or they tell their nurse practitioner that does all their work for them, you know, that runs their rounds, you know, just throw this drug at them, give them this shot, and people wonder why. And look at all the disclaimers on TV. If you take this pill, this can happen to you. If you take this pill for, I saw one the other day, it was hilarious. This guy, I took so-and-so drug for my mental illness, but now I'm dropping trays and bowls. And so now I'm taking this pill so I can hang on to my bowl. Folks, all of these disclaimers on every drug they give you now, suicidal thoughts, can cause death, worse than the thing that you got. So don't tell me that waiting till 67 years old and just keep working, and let's say you got a job that's like building houses. You're not a techie person, you know, working on a computer. You're a person physically working, and you're wearing your body down. And now you're 67 and you just wore out. And you got a short lifespan left, but you work till 67 to get that extra $600-700, or you know, and then you know, all of a sudden you go to the doctor, you get the Medicare, and they see a spot, they see a tumor, you're diagnosed with dementia, you get, all of these things are happening to people left and right. We're not living so long. Some people argue, oh no, we're living longer than we used to. Well, I don't think that. I think that if you got out at 62 or even younger, and you started, see, when you're working till 67, 5 more years, you lose all this time to go to the gym or take walks or do home exercises or use the one at your condo complex if you don't want to pay for one. They're only $10 a month. But if you want to just neglect your health and not keep muscle tone, not, walk and do all these things for your heart, nothing's going to stop the day you die, but you can stay healthier. And when you're working, see, till 67, you just keep putting it off. You don't have the time. Don't run into me, buddy. He changed lanes right when I had to stop at this red light. You don't have the time to go as often. I'll go tomorrow because, you had to go to work. Or I'll wait till the weekend. Or I'm only going to do it twice a week. And every day that you continue to work past 62. And then that excuse about insurance. Okay, I've told people the Affordable Care Act. I had a comment the other day. Oh, well, I make a lot of money and I have assets and I got money. So the Affordable Care Act is based on income. It would cost me more than your Social Security check is for my to get Affordable Care Act. Well, duh. It's based on income. It's for people that don't have money. If you want to keep your group insurance, as long as it's a creditable insurance company with 20 or more full-time employees, you can do that. Or you can search out other companies that sell health insurance. The government isn't the only one on Marketplace. Or you can buy a catastrophe plan to keep you from, having to pay for a major situation. But pay for your Band-Aids, pay for your NyQuil, pay to go to the doctor for those $200 office visits for an ear, nose, and throat. Swallow that pill until you get Medicare. If you don't want to pay $1,000 a month for the Affordable Care Act. You got all this money, you put in all your 401, you got all these assets you're talking about, well then you can afford it. I don't know what to tell you, but it isn't worth working 5 more years for $500 more. I know I'm going to hear it. It's not $500. Okay, $1,000. It isn't worth it if you're dead. If you're dead, folks, 2 years after you get it, and all that money you put in your 401, and all that money you put wherever you put, stock market, the 8 houses you bought, everything you've done, and you have neglected your health, or you kept your health up, but God forbid something just took you down. You're like me. It can happen to me today. Today I can start to go, oh, this something doesn't feel right, or I'm feeling something in my stomach, or I feel nauseous, and I go to the doctor. Hopefully he's not one of them quack jobs, and he says, hey, you're out of here in 6 months. You got something bad. There's no cure for it. You can't do anything about it. But what you can do is you can choose, if you have an option, to get some money. Yes, I call it free money. It's a Tim saying. I paid into it. It's my money. But you can get some free money. And whatever many hours you would normally have to work to get that money, you can work that much less. And working while collecting my Social Security and saying that I'm not retired, I am retired. I'm self-employed. I work when I want to work. I do what I want to do. I'm calling the shots here. And I love making, let me tell you this. I work for that little give out the cracker deal, okay? I woke up this morning and Wells Fargo said, direct deposit, $149. Well, guess what? I get $1,700 Social Security. And every Friday, I'm getting $150 to $300, $200, whatever. How would you like for Social Security to give you that $1,700 that you get at 62, and then every Friday they give you another $150 all month long? So you end up getting another $600, $700. Now you've got what you would get if you would have been working for 5 more years, 40 hours a week in some prison. To what? To pay a bunch more taxes and to pay into the Social Security and to pay for a car and gas and all that to make this money and wear your body down and be aggravated all the time and just, everybody else is living their life free with time, and you decided to just help that company you work for make more profits, and then you quit at 67 and you're out of here 2 years later in a box 6 feet under. What a life. No way. Get your money at 62 years old. Start calling the shots. Make yourself a little side hustle money. Work when you want to work. And if you don't want to go in that day, you tell them, like me. If I don't want to do it, I just tell them. They give that gig to somebody else that's sitting on the sideline wanting it, chomping the bit to get it. It's not like I'm climbing telephone poles or setting tile or building houses to make money to support myself. Folks, I'm loving my life. I'm loving I don't have to go door to door anymore, even doing my marketing company business that I was doing, even though I called the shots on that too. I just don't like, that I had a contract with these auto centers, and, I just like what I'm doing now. Less is more. Minimalism. We're going to make a video about that next. And really the key is to doing everything I'm talking about and being able to pull out at 62 years old is to get yourself debt free. Make that decision now. You can't walk away with a check and even work part-time if you're going to keep driving a BMW with, 80 more payments left, or 5 credit cards you owe $60,000 to, or you're paying for $150 a month, 6 different streaming services to watch on TV, or, you have all these other, expensive wireless home internet and everything else. High insurance. You haven't even checked your auto insurance to see if you could get a multi-car discount, or if you could go online for 2 hours and take a little safe driver course test and save yourself $50 or $100 every 6 months. Save, save, save. Cut it all out. Go in that closet, throw out all that junk. Get in that garage, throw out them boxes. All that stuff you're just carrying around. And in your mind, that's the worst thing. When you're working till 67 years old and you're watching, you want to know what deteriorates your age? This is what I thought of earlier. I forgot to mention it. Instead of not going to the gym and walking and eating healthy and doing those things to try to stay healthy so you could live a long life, God willing, do you know what mental thoughts do to your health? Do you know how detrimental negative thinking and listening to that media and believing what they are saying? Do you have any idea how detrimental when you get angry and sit there and listen and talk to your TV or talk to your neighbor and they think you're a whack job because they don't listen to it, and you're just, they just, let you go on because they're being kind, but they're like, this guy needs to stop watching Fox News and CNN. He needs to get off ABC and CBS. He needs to just start listening to Daryl Hall and John Oates music like I did this morning. What's that one I heard this morning? I was dancing around in the camper. What's that one good one? It's one of the most famous ones. I love Hall and Oates, man. I was listening to music. I was getting psyched up. I was thinking about you guys. I was thinking, how can I help them? How can I tell them? I read some of these comments. How can I convince those people that want to say negative things about how wrong it is, and I'm giving bad advice to some people? And look, folks, you're doing what you want to do. I'm not going to come out there and put your hand and a pen on a piece of paper or a keyboard and make you sign up for Social Security at any age. You're doing it. I'm just sharing my what I'm doing, and I don't have any regrets. And for those that say he's living in a trailer, here's a guy giving advice living in a trailer. Oh, those people, how judgmental. We've talked about that on the channel before, about being kind and nice and not judging people. Who are you? You don't know anything. You might have got your stuff through an inheritance, or you're like one of these attorneys or car dealers that usurp all your money through a transaction. You didn't create any value. You just put 2 people together and extracted a big profit, and now you've got this big check and this money, and now you think you're better than everybody else. Come off your soapbox. Bring yourself down a notch, my friend. You're not anybody special. You can't have any more up here than I do. This is not limited to what I live in. Knowledge is knowledge. I mean, I know people that have gone to college to get master's degree, and they don't know half of what I do or what you do even. There's common sense. So think about common sense. What age are people living to? Do I really want to work and make my company a lot of money? Or can I find a way to, you see, the government's trying to cheat you out. They want you to wait and brainwash you, like we talked about earlier in the video, that you're getting a reduced amount. You're taking less. Hang in there and keep working and putting money in the stock market and feeding the economy and paying us taxes so we can keep taking it and paying for our own free lives and funding wars and doing all the things, our slush funds. That's what they want. And then you die and you're out of here. They gave you 3 or 4 checks, a couple of years. So get your money now. And yeah, you're still young, 62. Yeah, work. But choose something. Figure it out. You know, it came to me. I started looking around. I was going to be a stocker at Aldi's or Lowe's in the lumber department. I didn't know. I just wanted a part-time job to supplement my Social Security. I wasn't afraid of it. I was excited, like, hey, it's only going to be like 20, 25 hours a week. I still got all this time. Yeah, semi-retired, whatever you want to be. It's semantics. I don't want to just sit at home and do nothing. Even if that $1,700 check was a magical check that paid for everything. No. I want to work. I want to meet people. I want to have other doors open up to me. I want to be able to find things that God puts in front of me because I'm out there. I'm out of the 4 walls. And get your money. Unless, you remember the Tim saying, there's only one reason. That's because you're making so much money that Social Security is going to take it all back because you're making so much money and you love that job. It's not a job that you care. You're the manager. You only work 3 days a week. You're getting banker's hours. Whatever it is, you got a salary making $150K. Well, hey, more power to you. But the average person isn't. The average person I'm talking to that's just, man, they've been paying, they've been grinding, they have 40 hours a week, they've had a dozen different jobs in their life or more. They don't have a pension. You know, this is just some job, but they still take out that Social Security. I don't care if you work at McDonald's, they still take taxes out for Social Security. So, you know, quit. Get your check, get yourself a job, and live your life, become free, downsize, get debt-free, and we've heard it all before. That's what you do. But what was I wanting to answer before I end this video? Nothing else. Crush it!